Butler moonwalks back to half court. What does he do? Takes the knee.
That was my favorite play from Game 3 right there. Jimmy say, what you say? What's that shit you was talking about in Game 1? Talking about taking time out. You take a time out, old man Al Horford. What's going on, clown?
Take this shit everything is everything, man. I'm happy. The Denver's made it through.
Yeah, lots happened since last week.
I'm happy that
right, and we got some things wrong.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we most definitely did. There was not the expectation of the Miami Heat to do what they've done. It's been as I've stated this week though, as just a pure basketball fan, it's been a joy to watch that team just impose their will on another team, and they can't do anything about it. Like, it's just like you literally see the Heat play by play, like sucking the life out of Boston. Like, it was just like it was remarkable to watch. Think about it. I think on the roster, Miami has 7 undrafted players.
Correct.
And I think 4 or 5 are like really in the rotation.
5 of them in the rotation, yeah.
You have 5 people that were undrafted.
Hey, they was so dominant that the crowd took time out to start chanting for another undrafted player who is not in the rotation, but he's undrafted. Udonis Haslem, the OG, Mr. 305 himself, they were chanting for him to get in the game because it was that much of a blowout. And it was like about 4 minutes left in the game. I was kind of disappointed that Spo didn't put him in because that would have been the ultimate just knifing y'all ass, that we just whooping y'all ass, that this man that y'all know, this 42-year-old man who you know ain't got no business being out here, would have got out there and had time to get some buckets. Like, he would have broke a sweat. I loved it. Listen, man, that whole game, and there's never been an 8th seed to do this. We old enough to remember. I remember the Knicks had a run as the 8th seed. I remember that We Believe team with the Warriors. I think they were the 8th seed. They knocked off Dirk and them.
Yeah, the very first one I remember was Mutombo in Denver. Remember he had the ball up. I forgot who they beat, but they were 8th seed.
That was Seattle.
Okay, yeah, Seattle.
And it was still best of 5 back then.
And they were on the road.
On the road, correct.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say though was there's never been an 8th seed that's playing like a 1 seed. Like, you never see Miami doesn't play like we happy to be here, we lucky to be here. Oh, this shit might change at any moment. Miami's playing like they know they're gonna whoop that ass, and that is just beautiful, man.
Yeah, and that's what I meant by like imposing. We're just gonna impose our will on you guys. Like, we know we gonna beat y'all.
Yeah.
Like, we know we gonna beat y'all. And it's, we just gonna keep grinding. And, here's the beautiful thing about watching Miami play. Miami, the way they move the ball, the way the ball moves, the way the ball is moving, it is not a whole lot of, like ISO ball and all that. No, the ball is moving side to side, swinging. Dribble drive, handoff, somebody open, 3-point shot.
Yeah.
It reminds me of watching another team that moved the ball beautifully on your Miami Heat and won a championship.
Wow, you go with that bullshit.
And I don't mean that. I don't mean that in, like bragging terms, at least not tonight, but like, it's going to be interesting to watch you guys play Denver because they move the ball side to side so well. And it's just like, who's going to get the best shot? Because everybody has shot makers.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a battle of like it's literally gonna be a battle of we got shot makers, y'all got shot makers. Who hot tonight?
Yeah, this is I was talking with some other people, and you know, I kind of watched some of the sports talk coverage this morning, and I heard somebody talk about, oh, the ratings might be bad. And I'm like, that kind of pissed me off because, you know, you and I, we're not casuals. We're people that actually love the game of basketball. And I'm like, if you actually love basketball, you should be more excited about this series than about damn near anything since that Spurs Heat exhibition, man. Because that was beautiful basketball. We played a different style. We had pace and space, but y'all had ultimate team movement, ultimate sacrifice, just 1 through 12, able to just pick you apart. It was beautiful basketball. So I don't see how, unless you're a casual and you all about the name on the back of the jersey and not that ball and what it can do, you should be looking forward to this finals, man. This is going to be basketball nirvana.
Man, look, the way Miami and like you said, this is the crazy part about this for me, just from this is the pureness of basketball. This is a team that has gotten hot, and they look, like on certain nights, man, they look like unstoppable because they have so many people that can shoot the basketball.
Yeah.
And then they have the one guy. Here's going to be the interesting thing about the Jimmy Butler, even though they're never going to probably guard each other during the series, because they're the focal points of the offense.
Yeah.
The Jimmy Butler, Jokic factor. And then what I mean by factor, Jimmy Butler can score 26, 27 points, have 8 rebounds and 7 assists. And that's just as important as Jokic having a triple-double. So it's going to be even though I'm saying Jokic is going to have more assists, more rebounds, and possibly more points. But if Jimmy Butler is able to control the pace, that's what he does more than anything that I love about him. Is like when he has the ball, it's going at his pace.
Yeah.
Because pace is everything during this series. Because Miami, to be honest, if they can slow the game down, you run at times when you have the chance to run, but if you can slow the game down and minimize Denver's possession of the basketball.
Yeah.
Because you still have the ISO player that can get his own shot when the shot clock is under 5. So for me, just looking ahead, it's just going to be interesting to see, pace is going to be everything, because if you run with them up in the mountains, you're going to run out of gas.
Yeah. And we saw that. We saw that with the Lakers, man.
You're going to run out of gas because they want to run up there. But if you try to run with them, you're going to run out of gas.
Yeah.
And Miami had, like I said last series, man, like I said at the beginning of the Boston series, I did say Heat in 7.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at Jimmy Butler, like how I watched him in the New York Knicks series. Just, he wasn't playing his best ball, but he just impacted the game such that I just was like, man, Miami just going to impose their will.
He is still the most feared player left in the playoffs. Hands down. We're going to get to Joker in a little bit, but hands down, Jimmy impacts the game in so many different ways. And that's why I started with this little clip that I showed here.
Jimmy Butler moonwalks back to half court. What does he do? Takes the knee.
He wants all the smoke. Because I watched that play. He actually, when he was doing that, he's looking Al Horford directly in his eyes.
Right.
Man down. And I don't know if you've been paying attention to any social media today, but they still chirping. They talking about, don't let us get one.
I saw that.
I'm like, dog, y'all ain't learned from Grant Williams and that foolishness, because Boston don't want the smoke, bro. Because from that whole time, when that was game 2, and when they asked when they asked Jaylen Brown in the press conference about that whole situation. He said no comment.
No comment. He brushed it off. Yeah.
Your role player trying to step up and have some smoke, and you back down. All y'all back down during the game, but now you talking in the pregame. Oh, it's a wrap. It's definitely a wrap because you know that's gonna get back to Jimmy. Jimmy already heard that foolishness talking about we bet not get one. Oh, you won't. You definitely won't.
Y'all have no plans of leaving Miami after this game. Y'all want to?
What's up, TJ?
Y'all want to play the game and go to the strip club after the game?
You damn right. Somebody throwing a bunch of cash up there in South Beach today.
We ain't got to fly. We ain't got to fly back up to Boston for shit. We get a week off for the final star. We throwing cash tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, getting them hats and getting them fresh hats, them finals hats. They got the conference MVP now. What do they call it? The Michael Jordan Conference MVP. That's Jimmy's. That's wrapped up. That's Jimmy's.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, man, I'm Jimmy Butler, man. He is a dog, bro. Like he is a dog. Like he is like. If you thought the bubble finals appearance was a fluke, he came right back and was one shot away from getting back to the final. And then he comes right back, and then he comes right back again. And it's just pretty much just it's a send out. He's gonna get him back to the finals again. Like, bro, like, and you gotta be honest with yourself, bro. Look at the roster. Like, bro, like he got a bunch of dudes that wasn't even drafted.
Yeah. They played
listen. He himself was like the 30th or 31st pick the year he came out.
He got
I think he averaged like 2 or 3 points his first year in the league.
Jimmy got it out the mud more than anybody. Yeah, he was a role player for Chicago. He outplayed his role, played himself from a bench player to a starter to a full-on superstar. That shit deserves his own documentary when it's all said and done.
Hey, man, that, like, bro, watching him, like, everybody on the team feeds off him, of course. And you watch him play, and you watch the confidence that he has in his guys. Like, he has confidence in his guys, and it's just like, man, this, like, he is like on some, like, he's a tough guy. Like, he's a tough guy. You know, he's like you say, seek Al Horford, I want the smoke. Like, I bet you won't say nothing. What you gonna say now, boy? I told you about running your mouth, boy. Like, that's how he tried. That's how basically saying to Grant Williams. And I told y'all about, like, I done told y'all about running y'all mouth.
Hey, he hit him with the and one. He got Grant Williams up and hit him with the and one. He pointed at him like, yeah, you nigga.
Yeah, like, I told him.
That was in the first quarter, dog. That was in the first quarter. Think about that. That wasn't we weren't already up 30 and he's taunting you. That was in the first quarter of the game.
Bro. It's like, well, I'm letting you know, bro. Like, I don't know what y'all think y'all got going on, bro. It ain't finna happen down here. Now, what you think? Like, bro, I know if I was playing for the Miami Heat and I got one of them Duncan Robinson contracts,
dog,
bro, I don't want to fly back to motherfucking, excuse the language. I don't want to fly back to Boston, bro. I want to play the game. We win, bro. I'm going straight to the strip club.
Bro, you bring up Duncan Robinson, bro. Like, that shit is crazy, too. You talking about a guy who was on hottest fish grease coming out the bubble, got the big contract. We tried to shop him because, he kind of got exposed. He cooled off. He couldn't defend. He couldn't play make. We was shopping him. We wasn't playing him. You throw him back into the playoffs now, and not only is he back on fire, he's driving, he's creating, he's making plays. He threw Bam like 2 lobs. I'm like, what? How do you, like, that's our culture. That is our culture. Even though they were shopping him, even though they gave up on him for a while, you can tell they were still developing him. They were still keeping him locked in. They were still making him feel a part of it, even though he knew that if they could have moved him, they absolutely would have moved him. That speaks volumes, not only for us and how we develop, but for Duncan. And I'm happy for Duncan Robinson, and because not only is he balling, he's being a key piece, but now we probably gonna have to trade his ass in the summer. He just brought his stock up. So I appreciate you, Duncan, because I don't get it twisted. We do want a little more firepower coming in next year. So I appreciate you, Duncan.
I mean, if a trade is presented, I think Duncan is at what, like he got like 70 million for 4 years.
90. He got
We
a
got
5 for 90.
5 for 90. Okay, so he had 18, which I mean, it's a movable contract. You can move it. Just got to find the right buyer, you know.
Yeah.
What he's 2 years in.
He got about. Let me see. That was 20, 21, 22, 23. So yeah,
he got 2 years left.
3 more years.
3 more.
Yeah.
I mean, the crazy part about it is if you don't trade him, it's like, okay, Hero's gonna be back next year. Jimmy's gonna be back. When do you have time to? Yeah, bring him in.
Yeah. Go ahead.
When do you have time to get it? Like, when is he gonna have time to really play in the rotation? You really want to keep Caleb Martin over Duncan Robinson?
Oh, absolutely.
You really want to keep him?
And Caleb and Gabe got to keep him.
Yeah, you know, like so you. Somebody like, yeah, you could trade him. You could trade him.
Yeah.
I still think you need another serviceable big. That's just.
Now that I think about it, I think it's 2 years left, which is much more tradable than when you got 3 or 4.
Exactly. Exactly.
I just put it in the comments, TJ.
I don't think like you said, 2 years left. I don't think it's unreasonable for him to get traded in the offseason. You won't, you know.
Because here's my concern going with this next round, and I think you probably might agree with me. The way I saw Jokic dominate AD, and AD got all that size and length, that size concerns me, man. I really
it should concern you.
And I said this about the Lakers, and they kind of did it, but they really didn't. You got to just let him go off. All that triple-double shit, you got to shut that triple-double shit down. If he's getting 10, 12, 13 assists and 30 points, that's too damn much because you know he's going to kill you on the boards. I'm watching this dude and I love it because, when I used to hoop, that's all I could do. I had to box you and try to get that shit on the other side. These dudes don't jump. He don't jump.
No.
He's getting everything. He's getting with the
bro, it's all fundamentals. Bro, it's all fundamentals, bro.
And he's just kicking these boys' ass. I'm like, damn, it's beautiful. But
thank you for saying it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I've been saying about Tim Duncan his whole career, and Tim is not as talented like on the offensive end as Joker, but he was just so fundamentally sound. It was just beautiful to watch. And with Joker, man, he can jump like this. He can jump like this high off the floor.
I was just gonna say Tim was a better athlete than Joker.
Like Joker can jump like this high off the floor, bro. Yeah. And you're just crazy to watch him just position, putting his hip into somebody. And it was at times AD couldn't do anything.
So much let's talk about the Lakers and LeBron a little bit, because I think this is one thing I hate about the media and how the average basketball conversation tends to go, because it's very media driven. We're talking more about what LeBron coulda, shoulda, woulda done instead of what Joker actually did. That fucking 3-point shot off one leg, and then the bully move. He bulldozed AD to the rim on that last layup. And I'm like, he won the game. Jokic won the game. LeBron didn't lose it. Jokic won it.
Won the game, yes.
But
who's the best player on the floor?
We so honed in on this superstar, the name on the back, and not the names on the front, and who's actually playing the best. everything got honed in on LeBron didn't do this, LeBron didn't do that, he should have did this, he should have did that. He did everything he could, but this man just had the answer, and his team was better. And it's like, damn, can we actually talk about what happens in the goddamn game and not the narrative bullshit? And
man, I thought LeBron James was phenomenal last night. I thought, man, he was freaking phenomenal. And I'm sorry, but for the rest of that team to not have his back, especially in that third quarter.
Yeah. The third
y'all quarter. Knew, man, he played the whole first half. Y'all knew he was tired.
Yeah.
That whole third quarter, man, AD, you was supposed to.
That was your moment.
Man, ship or sink, bro. Shoot that bitch. At least you should have put up 10 shots in the third quarter.
Yeah. Like
every time you get it, drive, you trying to score.
Yeah.
Because if Jokic get it down on the block on you, bro, it's finna be one or two things. He finna score, you finna foul it. Or he finna pass it to the open man.
Yeah.
And to watch Jokic play, man, people don't appreciate him because his style almost looks passive aggressive, but he is a bulldog out there on the court.
Bruh, listen.
Like it's almost passive aggressive because he doesn't slam dunk. He just lays the ball up in the rim. He lays it up in the rim. He hook shots it in the rim. Or he jump shots and shoot the three. But he doesn't dunk.
His touch is unbelievable. Like
yes.
The touch that he has.
Yes,
without
man.
getting any lift is remarkable.
Yes, man. He is so like, bro. And the thing about it, and I hate to say it,
I put the link in the comments, TJ. What's going on, Miss Peggy? I see you. You gotta look in the comments, TJ. I see what's going on. Because I got it on my YouTube page. That's why. You gotta go to my YouTube page. I don't know how to put it I don't know how to put it on the Facebook page. But yeah, go to the YouTube page. Anyway, yeah, his touch is remarkable. His timing is remarkable. Like you say, the fundamentals. He's always in the right place. Like, whew, that boy gonna be a load in this next round, man. Golly.
And remember, so much for scouting.
Oh yeah.
For the people that don't know, Nikola Jokic was a second round draft pick.
Yeah. 2014 draft?
I wish I had the stats up. I don't have the stats with me. I just know he was a second round draft pick.
Yep.
So every team had a chance to draft him. So much for scouting.
Yeah.
But here's the one thing that I hate about when you get one of them that comes over here and just balls out.
Yeah, 2014 draft.
That means 10 more are going to get an opportunity they had no business being in the NBA from the jump. So everybody's looking for the next. Remember now, I think the last 4 or 5 MVPs have been from overseas guys. Giannis, Embiid, Jokic.
Yeah.
All bigs.
Yeah. And now Wemby's coming in. So this was something, damn, I'm kind of getting off track because we're going to wind up talking about a bunch of shit. But yeah, this was identified as a problem decades ago because the AAU system of teaching young kids basketball, it's nowhere near the level.
It has no dividends.
They also, they can get pro. They can play pro at age 15 overseas. They can get pro experience against grown men, and we still have this shamateurism bullshit with eligibility and all that. Hopefully the NIL completely shuts that down, and we can, because you can't teach kids. You got them kids over there, they might have to go to school maybe 6-7 hours, and the rest of the time they can go train with professionals and get into professional leagues. It's more like soccer over there versus what we have over here. And you're seeing it now where all the better players are coming from overseas. I got my man TJ in here to bring in. What's going on, brother? Hold on.
Somebody on mute.
Oh,
You on mute?
That was me. I'm on. All right, I'm off now.
You on?
Yeah, I felt like I was muted. Listening to y'all, I'm like, man, I gotta say something, man. Man, look at here.
TJ also a Heat fan. You from Pompano, right? Or Fort Lauderdale?
Yes, sir. No, Pompano.
Pompano, that's right. Pompano.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I'm gonna give my little 32 cent real quick. Everybody's talking about the eighth seed, Miami this, Miami that. They're no good. They're not this. The media is painting this narrative as if we ain't shit. Excuse me language, but I don't excuse because listening to a lot of people today, especially what the guy named from Chris Bouchard.
Oh, yeah.
His little high yellow red ass. Look, boy, he's still to this day, don't like the Miami Heat, period. And he's still saying, yeah, Boston got a chance to be the first team to come back from 3-0. And I'm like, Nick, he looking at him like, have you been watching the games? I told y'all Jimmy Butler was a better player in the playoffs than Jason Tatum. And he has proved it 3 straight games. How you going to go 2 out of the 3 games and you don't score no goddamn points in the fourth quarter?
Bro, he
doesn't have a field goal in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, field goal, not points, because he went to the free throw line.
But all 3.
Yeah.
All 3.
All three
games.
He has no field goals.
And the third game, when they blew their ass out, that was by default. So that really don't count because they quit. They were like, you know what?
They quit.
Won't even want to play the fourth quarter. Y'all go ahead and have this. But the last game, matter of fact, game 1 and 2, fourth quarter. He didn't take a shot in the fourth quarter in game 1.
Yeah.
Game 2, he took, I believe, 4 shots and he missed.
Yeah.
So again, back to back, if you want to include the third game, without a field goal, and you come on national television in front of everybody saying, I am humbly the greatest player in the world. Because he want to come and drop 51 points in a game 7. Ooh. He did it against Philly. And Doc never gave Embiid the ball.
Another team that quit.
Embiid.
Yeah.
Yeah, they quit too. Yeah, I was hoping you said that they quit too.
Oh yeah.
They quit too. After Tatum went ahead and I guess showed up in the last 4 minutes of that game in game 6 in the closeout, it was like, did he just really do that? Nobody was guarding him.
Listen, TJ, this is why when I'm on social media, I always know who didn't watch the game.
Yeah,
because certain people they just gonna analyze the box score and swear they know what's going on. I was in another group chat, somebody talking about, well, it's only because Tatum and Brown are underperforming. No, they're not underperforming. They're getting their ass locked up. They're getting their ass punked out. And that's what it's showing in stats. There's not that they're not doing what they're supposed to do. It's because we're not letting them. This ain't Philly and this ain't Atlanta where we just going to let you do what you want to do and that's it. You're going to have to figure this shit out and you're going to have to work your ass off against this team. Otherwise, you're getting shut out. There's no excuse for a guy to average 30 and his so-called all-NBA to have no field goals in 3 straight playoff games. If this was any other player, and we probably know who we're talking about, they would be getting destroyed right now in the media.
Yep. Go ahead. Well,
I agree wholeheartedly. But this is what with the Jason Tatum assessment. But in game 3 combined, this is just quick facts stat. In game 3 combined, Gabe Vincent outscored Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Oh, cooking! That boy was cooking.
So we're talking about probably a combined 75 million, 80 million a year between those two guys.
Yeah.
And Gabe Vincent is an undrafted player.
Yeah. And let me go ahead and tell you the stat line. Okay. So here we go. Game 3. Jason Tatum, 14 points, 6 for 18 field goals, 1 for 7 3-point shooting. No points in the fourth quarter. Jaylen Brown, 12 points.
6 for 18.
6 for 17. 0 for 7 from three-point range, 6 rebounds. Gabe Vincent, 29 points on 11 of 14 shooting, 6 for 9 from the three-point range. And Duncan Robinson, 22 points, 7 field goals, 7 field goals out of 11, 5 for 7 from the three-point line. 2.
How many assists did Duncan have? Because I know Duncan had at least 2 quality assists.
4 assists.
4 assists from a three-point specialist. Man, get out
So
of
he
here.
accounted for 30 last night.
So our
the other night. 30.
Our leading score were 2 undrafted, as they say, 2 undrafted players, 29 and 22 respectfully.
Yeah.
And here come the humblest, greatest player of all times, Jason Tatum, with 14 points, and the masked bandit, Jaylen Brown, with only 12 points. Y'all supposed to be the superstar. I don't even see Marcus Smart even on this list.
Mm-mm.
So
Marcus Smart, you should have got your ass thrown out the game too. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, he was with
punch, elbow, whatever you want to call it.
He swung at him. They was like, oh, well, he
should have got thrown out. That was some bullshit.
Listen, it goes back to what I've been saying about the Heat since the Knicks series. The Heat just, if you're a basketball watching person, you literally can sit there and watch how Miami just imposes their will on Boston. Like, we know you want to do this. You ain't finna do that. No, you're going to have to shoot the ball from out there. No, you ain't finna. No. We finna come down. We finna swing this ball left to right. Ain't nothing you can do about it. And if all break down, I break down guys that's on another level than y'all 2 break down guys. Because he know how to get to his spot.
Yeah.
That's
why, again, talking to people, they underestimating us again in this next round. The problem that the Lakers had was you only had really 2 guys that could create and play make for other people. We got 4, 5 of them, and they can shoot. Everybody on the Lakers can't shoot. Schroeder. Oh, that third quarter. Talking about the third quarter. Schroeder and Hachimura and AD were disasters. They could not lift and carry and maintain that lead, even with LeBron on the floor. They was asking this man to fucking win the whole game by himself. And I'm looking at my timeline. I'm like, God damn, y'all want him to serve breakfast too?
Yeah,
like shit. That shit wasn't cool, dog. But Miami doesn't have that problem. We're gonna bring a load and a committee of people that's gonna outshoot you, outpass you, out hustle you, outbox you, out everything you. And so, yeah, the Joker worries me, but I do not fear that team. As much length as they have, as big as they are, I got Jimmy that can handle Murray.
Yeah.
And we'll figure if we got to give up 50 to Joker and shut everybody else down, I'm cool with it.
But see, here's the thing with Joker. I watched this game, especially into the playoffs. He's a very slow-footed individual, but it's crafty. It's real crafty.
Mine ain't slow though.
You're looking at him, it's kind of like, huh? How he? And next thing you know, he's in the lane, layup. He's just shooting shots like this. I'm like, what is he doing? So here's my thing with his, playing defense on him. I think with Bam quicker. He's gonna have to come out unless they're gonna have Joker play in the paint, because he's really not a defensive shot blocker per se.
Yeah,
you can do whatever you want with him on the block if you're fast enough. And I think with Spo, he's probably going to have Bam come out and see if he's going to push out on him. And whoever comes out on him, maybe Aaron Gordon. We're looking at something now. Now we can go ahead and start attacking the rim more, because they really don't have a shot blocker other than Aaron Gordon per se. So that's going to be a very interesting series, because now you get Michael Porter Jr. Let Caleb Martin lock his ass up. Throw a couple bodies at him a couple of times. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see, because they do a lot of shooting as well.
Yeah,
they do a lot of shooting. The ball movement is not as fast, but they do like to run transition off of missed shots, kind of like how we do now.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how that series matches, because once we take care of business tonight, something going to have to give, because both teams to this point would now be undefeated at home. and both teams sweeping in this respectful conference. Never ever happened in the NBA before, ever.
to the most glamorous franchises. That's what's crazy as hell too. Go ahead, T.Y.
Um,
Got our own sports show.
Again, I want to reiterate that I don't think it's in Miami's best interest. Of course, run when you can, but I don't think it's in Miami's best interest to play the up and down game when you're playing Denver. I think Jimmy Butler has the ability to, if the game is close in the fourth quarter, I think Jimmy Butler has the ability to will the Miami Heat to a victory in Denver.
Oh,
absolutely. But the game has to be played at his pace.
Oh, it will. Now remember,
it has to be played at his pace.
But you realize the first unit don't push the ball. It's when Kyle Lowry gets in now. Kyle Lowry saying y'all finna play to our speed. While you got the backups now, still in the game with maybe a starter or two. Look what they're doing to Boston when Kyle Lowry gets in the game. Next thing you know, you got about 5 passes before they even get on before they get their defense set. Cause now they're like, what about you're playing hot potato, like, okay, what about next thing you know, corner 3, Caleb, boom. Top of the key.
I mean, I do. There is a level of concern. And again, it's going to be a battle of wills. And I think before I even say anything else, Eric Spoelstra has solidified himself as a top tier. If you had any doubts about Eric Spoelstra before all of this happened, this has been a masterful slicing that they exhibited so far.
I've never seen a coach
without the second leading scorer, Tyler Hero, losing Victor Oladipo, whatever, he contributed to the lineup as well. This has been this is for guys. I mean, I'm 46 years old. I've watched great NBA coaches, but this has been one of the most masterful slices because he went from, Giannis and Brook Lopez and Bobby Porter and all this size and Miami's so little and we gonna do this.
How we gonna beat them? I need y'all snipers to get y'all spots. Jimmy.
Yeah, it's been remarkable to watch, man. I shout out to Eric Spoelstra, man. I give him all the kudos.
And
here's where Bam has to really step. I like what Bam has done. He's been a lot more aggressive, but in this matchup, this is what I thought Anthony Davis would do. Anthony Davis never won the foot race with Jokic. Like, how? How do you not run the foot race with Jokic to where you get you an easy, like I never saw Anthony run himself into an easy jump hook, easy dunk. He never, and like you say, he's not fast, but he's deliberately smart with how he runs. But if you run and try to beat him early, you can get you some easy points. I never saw Anthony Davis do that. Bam, I think we'll figure that out, and as well as doing his duties in the half court. Because you just can't bang with this guy all damn game and expect to win that battle.
Yeah. I mean, Joke was about as slow as that a jar honey on his last leg. You trying to hurry up and get it out. That's how slow Joke is. You got to take advantage of that.
But he's determined, though. He's determined. And if you don't match that, if you don't bring some determination and energy along with your athletic advantage, he will eat that shit up. And I was just and don't get me wrong, AD had a few good games, but not. It was a struggle. It seemed like it was a struggle, whereas it was like, damn, you have a clear athletic advantage over this man, and we just never saw it on a consistent basis.
Nope. And then you talk about Coach Spo. I've never seen a coach as masterful as him and never get considered as Coach of the Year. Because everybody thought, oh, you had LeBron. Anybody can win a championship with LeBron. Okay, all right. I guess, but check this out. LeBron left. He's still in competition. Did you know in the last 5 years, who has it been? Who has it been in the Eastern Conference Finals in the last 5 years? What 3 teams have always rotated, but it's been there more?
The Heat, the Bucks, and the Celtics.
Bingo.
Yeah.
So how do you and you forever putting Philly over Miami every single time? Why? Because we ain't got no.
Hey, look here, Knicks fan. Don't be coming in here with that slander talking about we ain't beat Boston yet. Don't you bring your Nick ass in here talking about what we ain't did. Don't come in here with that shit, Justin.
Come on,
Man, he's just happy they made the playoffs this year.
That's it. And then it was
Y'all still drinking them Cancun specials out there. You better
look, man. Look. He's a Knicks fan, and they actually signed a player that's been worth his paycheck. As a Knicks fan, you should be happy, bro.
Hey, they are happy. Trust me, they are very happy with this.
Now you just got to make some moves. You got to get rid of Julius Randle.
Yeah, they got what 4-5 games at the Garden, boy, at the playoffs, man. Y'all,
man,
but they was
you should be happy.
Hey, they say orange and blue sky.
Orange and blue skies really turned to dark and white skies. Boy, they were hurt.
Hey. You know, and this is what's crazy. This is what's crazy that there's a, you know, of course, I'll admit, I'm a big Nikola Jokic fan. I'm a big, you know, I've been posting about Jokic for quite a few years now because he just fundamentally sound, and I can watch him play all day because he can do it anywhere on the court. He's dangerous. Yeah, but I'm not a Denver fan.
YMCA and LA Fitness legend should appreciate Nikola Jokic.
Yes, we do. But I will take the stance that I am happy LeBron James is out of the playoffs.
We good. Yeah.
I hated the fact. Listen,
we really gonna get on some shit here.
Listen, I hated the fact that I felt this way, but I've been sick and tired of them all season. They started slow, then they overhauled the roster, and then the roster started winning, and then this and that, and that, and then I was sick. I was sick and tired of the Lakers. I'm glad they're gone.
Coverage. You sick of?
I'm glad they're gone. I'm glad they're gone. The media. Sometimes the media does too much, and in this case, to me, the media I got tired of hearing about the Lakers. But there is a contingent of fans and people that really want to see Boston win 4 games in a row and take the Miami Heat out. I don't know why. Like, history has shown that it's 0 for whatever it is.
149.
Everybody thinks that, you know what? It was for Lakers the Lakers can win 4 in a row. They just need to get 1.
Look what LeBron did.
Look, Miami, like I said last night, put they asses out of their misery tonight.
The only way that would happen would be a catastrophic injury to 2 or 3 star players. Even if you take a star player off a team, like let's say Jokic was unavailable for the rest of this time, I still don't think the Lakers would have won 4 straight. It's just hard to beat an NBA team
4 times in a row.
Yeah,
especially when you're not already,
coming back from
obviously, coming back because obviously, you can get swept, but clearly you're the superior team when you do the sweeping. But if you're not the superior team, I just don't see that happening.
And I knowing Coach Spo and Coach Riley, I wouldn't be surprised if they showed them boys the tape of the finals between Shaq and Penny and Kareem, Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler when them boys got swept. Now, Shaq and Penny, them boys were so athletic. Them boys were talented, shooters from everywhere. And here come this other team that's disciplined, that's focused. Yeah, they had some great star players. And the way they swept them was because they played the game the right way.
Yep.
That's what's going to get Boston in trouble tonight. So I wouldn't be surprised if they say, hey, keep doing what we're doing, because they're not going to stop. They're finna come throw every kitchen thing in the sink, and them boys still only going to be either up by 5 before the break after coming, and hopefully we don't have to come from behind, but they finna throw everything at us. I'm talking about they finna do turbo boost, extra boost, whatever boost. They finna come and drain. They finna unload the clip, as they say. Unload the clip, and then guess what? They still gonna be down by 2.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
It's a wrap. It's a
I
wrap.
hope.
Because,
Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Where I'm gonna be short and precise. I hope Joe Mazzulla, old lady, is already started packing up the house. You understand me when I tell you?
Baby, can I come on?
Listen to me. I hope Joe Mazzulla, old lady, because they down in Miami.
Oh man.
So we finna be out of Boston. What's today? We finna be out of Boston by next week officially. Like I hope she done start packing the house.
Yeah, because Boston media and fan base are just as toxic as the Lakers and the Cowboys.
More toxic because they racist.
They are the worst. They're gonna run that man out of town.
They racist.
They racist.
Yeah, they racist as hell.
Yeah.
They finna.
It's just openly racist in Boston, brother. Yeah. Like all players talk about these white folks in Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's gonna be an interesting thing. Who gets the Boston Celtics job?
Brad Stevens. He probably gonna pull a Pat Riley.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, I was gonna say that.
He probably gonna bring Mazzulla back, get him on a real short leash, maybe like the first month or 2, and then like, you know what? Hey, listen, go on to sit down. I'm coming back from the front office. I'm gonna coach this team and go from there. And then later on, get somebody else and start grooming them because they ain't grooming this kid, man.
There is no way. Listen, TJ, there is no way the Boston media will allow a white GM to bring back a black head coach that got swept in the playoffs to a quote unquote inferior team.
Yeah.
The Boston media will not allow that.
He's not coming
So
back.
you're going to get a sharply dressed Caucasian who's going to get that head coaching job.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They tired of like Ime Udoka was in a good spot. He proved he can coach, and they responded to him.
They done mess around with the white woman.
He went the way he went.
Here's my take on that whole thing, man.
I think it was the white woman that did it.
Hold on. My whole take on that is Mazzulla's the nice guy, and Ime was the asshole that would get in your face and hold you accountable. Ime, if you recall last year when they showed Ime in the huddle, there was a certain command and there was a certain fierceness and a presence about that dude that I clearly see why he couldn't keep them bras off of him. Listen, he's the type of dude that would take your girl and then probably whoop your ass if you got in his face because he had that presence about it.
What girl?
The Zula guy just doesn't have that presence. He might have the X's and O's, but he don't make you feel good going into a foxhole with it.
Yeah, nah.
He look like somebody you want to go take a test for you instead of going to the damn.
But he's stubborn though. The players don't want to say it, but they, I'm listening to a lot of the Boston media, Eddie House and those cats. It's like he want to run this, but the team want to run this. He said, "No, I'm the head coach. Y'all do what I say do." And it's literally kind of like, "Oh, okay, all right, bet." So a part of me saying that Boston is saying, whatever, dude, whatever."
Hey,
and just going out there and just whatever.
Watch him in the press conference. You can see in the press conference, he's a deer in headlights. He's saying the shit that he's supposed to say, but you can see that underneath, like he's drowning right now.
Look, the Miami Heat have imposed their will.
Yeah.
I don't care how much you like Brad Stevens. Brad Stevens is not Patrick Riley.
Nope. At all.
I don't care. Like Alonzo Mourning, Udonis Haslem. Yeah. These guys are Miami Heaters for life.
Bro, they keep it in-house. I think the only coach that really that came from outside the culture since Pat got there was Stan Van Gundy. He gave Stan a chance.
No, he was an assistant though. He was an assistant.
That's right. Yeah,
in New York.
Yeah, in New York.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He brought because he had Jeff. Remember when he left New York? Jeff was his assistant. He took the
Jeff took the New York spot. Yeah. That's right. And then think about it. You got
Bob It go all the way back to the relationship he had with Bob McAdoo.
Yep.
And remember, Brad resigned for a reason. He had lost the team too. So and it's the same team. So you got to turn over the same team. Now the question is, a lot of people are saying, like, do you break up Tatum and Brown now if this goes down?
Well, it's gonna go down. So right now they probably already formulating who's finna go. And you got a hierarchy. I think Marcus Smart got there first. Then Jaylen Brown, and then Tatum. Obviously, Tatum is the better of the three. Then you got old ass Horford. You know, he's still up there. I don't know what he's still doing.
Selling out.
What he doing?
Selling out, talking shit, and can't back it up.
Can't back it up. Want to get mad and try to.
I'll be right back.
Because he wants to do that. Now, the way I see it is about what? All right. So those who just tuning in, you know, we talking, you know, Celtics Heat pregame, game 4. You know, not saying it just because we Heat fans, but we're looking at the obvious, right? If you've been watching Miami from game 1, round 1, you see what we was about. We took care of business. Game 2, round 2 was a little different animal because they got a chance like, yeah, we can't let Jimmy get off. But guess what? Jimmy knows how to play. He has an IQ out of this world. They say, oh, well, Jimmy didn't get off on the Knicks. Well, that's on Jimmy didn't get off on the Knicks because Jimmy didn't have to go off because everybody else came. It was a defensive game, pound for pound, whatever. And the Heat figured it out like, okay, oh, this is how they want to do. They like going downhill on us. You know what? Build that motherfucking wall up there. Make him shoot the ball. If Jaylen want to get off, let him get off. Everybody else, and lock their ass up. Next thing you know, in the game that Jimmy didn't play, we still had that game. If it weren't for Scott Foster coming down the stretch, making it closer, no calls. And the reason why we lost that game, because we didn't have anybody that can create their own shot to close the game out. We didn't have a closer. We had to rely on jump shots. And that's what ultimately did us in game 2. Or we would have took 2 from the Knicks. And that would have been a sweep. But it don't matter. They out. Blue skies, orange skies, all gray and blue right now, whatever.
So the question is, do you break up Tatum and Brown after this sweep? I would keep them together. I think you keep them together. You change the rest of that shit around. I think they need some more guys that are like I'm looking at Brogdon. I'm looking at Grant. I'm looking at what's the other guy?
Richard.
The rest
Derek
of that
White.
team is off, man.
Derek White with the headline.
Derek White. No, I keep Derek White. No, I would keep Derek White. But the rest of that team, I just feel like they soft. I don't like that mix. I don't think they like when Grant got in old boy face, I didn't see nobody else pick up their energy.
No.
When Grant got in Jimmy face, nobody got that energy in them, and nobody could do anything. I think Tatum and Brown, they still 2 good wings. They're young. I think if you change the mix around them, they might be able to do something. But you definitely got to change the coach, and you definitely got to change what's around Tatum and Brown. But I wouldn't break them up unless one of them come to me and say I'm ready to go.
Oh yeah. And
here's the thing,
Robert Williams.
Here's the thing. With what you just said, you just up the value of what Ime Udoka got out of those guys. Because again, we're still the same 2 players you're talking about. And you're saying that Grant Williams, a role guy, is showing much emotion, trying to get us going, and nobody on the team stepped up and helped him. Do you think that would have happened if Ime Udoka was on the sidelines?
Hell no.
Like something would have happened. Like it would have been some form of a confrontation, even if it would have been Ime himself.
Right.
Throwing chairs and he want to try to throw the little punk ass clipboard.
But because those guys are still so young, those guys are still
young,
man. Young.
They're still young.
it shows it the importance of the right leader leading those two young guys. They had the guy, he just got a problem with that strawberry. And most of us do.
Are there any
I felt like shit, he should have kept his job. And motherfucker do them have sex with a woman that wanted to have sex with him. That's all he did. He had sex with a woman that wanted to have sex with him.
Hey, but it was whose woman it was. That's what that
was.
Yeah,
man, fuck all that. Y'all putting label. Well, y'all putting labels.
No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just getting
man.
Right. When you sleep with an owner's wife, the owner can say, because we know this has happened plenty of times in sports.
Of course.
The owner's wife, the owner say you gone. Now, that's where Ime should have known better. Like, damn, you clearly can get whatever you want. You had Nia Long, and you done drug her. She made you not. Well, wait, no, let me rephrase. You ain't had to marry her in 10, 15 years. She wasn't going nowhere. You clearly had your lay of things.
But you want my wife.
But you want the owner's wife. Like, you should have known better now. Come on. But I agree. They should have just handled that in-house.
So the moral of the story. And y'all gonna take it whichever way y'all want to take it, audience. A woman, a wife, has caused an NBA franchise to possibly miss out on a few championships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Owner's wife is probably.
I think we still win the series, but it definitely would have been a different series if he's.
It would have been a different Boston team all season, bro.
Yeah,
I agree.
It would have been a different Boston team all series. I mean, all year.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Atlanta. They wouldn't.
It is what it is.
But Boston,
they losing tonight.
Yeah.
And I got the Nuggets in 6 over the Miami Heat.
I knew you was gonna pull
that's a free.
I knew you was gonna pull some shit sooner or later.
Yeah, I'm just watching how this team plays and how they've been playing since the postseason started, and they are on a mission. Their mission is we got to get back to the finals and finish what we started. Because one, we got there. Okay, so this is what it's like to get to the finals with this group. We got out of the bubble, got swept by the Bucks. They eventually went on to win the championship that year. We came back the following year, the number 1 seed. We were a Jimmy Buckets 3-point away from going back to the finals.
Right.
Jimmy said at the end of that presser of last year, we're going to get back. We're going to get the job done this time. And guess who we're seeing again in the conference finals? So
I agree. I mean, I agree.
These are two underdogs.
We're getting up on that hour mark. We're getting up on that hour mark. TJ, appreciate you jumping in, bro.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
I'm winding this on down, bro. But appreciate you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Can I get final predictions? Can I get final predictions?
You already know what TJ gonna predict for the fight. Go ahead, give him your final prediction, man.
So after Miami finishes out tonight, it will be a Denver-Miami NBA Finals. And I'm going to go ahead and just say Miami in 6 at the crib.
That's what I'm talking about.
Go ahead and stay home, so we can go ahead and stay home, celebrate, and do. So
that's what's up.
That's my prediction. Miami in 6 in Miami.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. I would probably ain't no reason to go to 7. We ain't trying to go play in Denver in 7. Fuck that. Fuck that altitude stuff, man. We're gonna finish off with 6 at the crib, take the parade right there on Biscayne. We might do the water parade. We might have to do a water parade too, right there in the coastal.
Yes, sir. Do it right there. Let everybody see it.
I'm guessing both of you guys think you're gonna go to a parade, right?
Oh, hey, even
listen, man.
You predicted that you're gonna win in the finals, so you might as well go ahead and book your, parade.
I'm gonna be down there for ABFF anyway. If the league space it out like they normally do, I know they start on June 1st. June 1st.
Yeah, they got it.
So if you go 6 games, that's taking us probably like
If it's every other game,
Every other, they don't do every.
Nah, they're gonna have a couple 3 days. They're gonna have a couple
like
3 days.
Yeah, because they want that prime time. They want them Sunday games.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
it's probably
I'll be down there anyway too. I'll be down there around about the 14th, the 13th. I'm gonna be there anyway, dog.
So, yes, sir. But that's how I say it. And Heat tonight. Will it be close?
Hell no.
I think they knocked the like. Did you see the last game? How Boston was their body language?
Yeah.
How you going? I mean, I haven't played in a long time at a competitive level, like in high school. But your body language, you can't get yourself up to win a necessary game when there was nothing positive that came out of Game 3 for Boston. Nothing that goes into Game 4.
Yeah,
and nothing positive. They have sucked the life out of.
Right.
They beat them 2 times at home, and then they blew them out in Miami. They have sucked the life out of them, man. I just don't think I think it's just gonna be. They're not gonna give maximum effort. Where in the hell is Joe Mazzulla getting his motivational speech from now? He's Googling this shit online because he don't have it within it.
Man, he gonna chat GPT that thing?
Yeah, he Googling that motherfucker. Chat GPT. He looking for a motivational speech of all motivational speeches, and I don't think he got it.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the score. It's 117-106, Miami.
Okay. I don't think it's gonna be that close.
I give them a little. They're not gonna quit it because Mazzulla can't possibly pull the starters in the whole fourth quarter this time. They'll crucify that man. So they'll play it all the way out, and they'll come back a little bit in garbage time. So I'm going 117-106.
Don't let them get one. Don't let them get one.
Oh, don't let them get one.
Don't let them get one.
I'm giving them.
You get one foot up your ass. That's what you're gonna get.
I'm giving the Heat 113 to 97.
That's cool too. That's cool.
A dub is a dub. Whichever way you get it, a dub. Look, Denver took them 2 points in that win.
Yeah, you're right.
And it was the greatest thing.
Denver said,
so a win is a win.
Oh, I forgot to say, Carmelo Anthony retired the other day.
I thought it was still on somebody's roster.
Nah, shit.
The league did it wrong, man. Carmelo could still play. Just like Tristan Thompson proved in those little 3 to 4 minute spurts that he played at, he can be a serviceable big playing 15 minutes a night for somebody in the league. He blocked, he dived to the rim, he rebounded, and he made buckets. And you mean to tell me that it ain't no spot amongst 32 teams in the NBA for Tristan Thompson, who's playing pivotal minutes in the Western Conference Finals?
I don't get it. I don't get it. And I'll be the first person to admit I wasn't the biggest Melo fan. I felt like he never really developed his game beyond just being a scorer. But at the same time, that dude was a bucket. And there's so many teams out there that need buckets. As long as he was willing to accept that bench role, there was no reason that he should have been out the league like that.
I think that might have been probably been his downfall. He really couldn't accept it. Look what Gary Payton did on his last leg. Gary Payton, Antoine Walker, some of these other boys that came to Miami in 06, and Pat said, "Hey, this is what I need y'all to do. Y'all had y'all time. Y'all don't want to be like Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, and the rest of them boys that couldn't get a ring while Jordan was playing. If you want to get a ring for your league, come on over here. This is the role I want y'all to play." They played it. We won it. They got a ring. They retired. They out. Now they can say, "I got me a ring."
And I know we wrapping up, but I gotta say this just to put us out in the basketball world. TY done froze up. I'll bring you back in if you come back. Right. But can we please stop bringing up Michael Jordan every time we talk about LeBron James on my timeline? Can we please stop doing that shit?
Please.
That man retired 20 years ago. Everything he do ain't what the next man gonna do. And goddamn it, let that man live. If anybody else was 38 years old after playing 20 years and had the same performance that they had last night, you would say they were a warrior. You say they left it all out there. Y'all motherfuckers, when y'all see that man fail, you want to bring up what Michael Jordan would have done. Like Michael Jordan won every goddamn year. Like he made every shot. Let that man goddamn rest.
Jordan ain't never sweep in the conference finals.
And that's all I got. Appreciate you, brother. We out.
All right.
Let that man live. Shit. Foot hurting and everything.